You are earning 10,000 a month, which is this, and I give you 100,000 a month, which is this. This is going to happen. So in this session, I want to share with you how to reprogram your mind, how to smash your income ceiling to your first or next million. I want to preface this conversation by saying if somebody teaches you mindset, whether it's your mindset coach or you take a program, whatever that is, and they do not involve body, then they should have the disclaimer in the teaching that this change is not going to last because your body keeps the score of your income. Your income ceiling actually lives in your body. The shifts that I'm about to share with you in this session have helped me manage $500 million portfolio, $500 million for Fortune 500. Not only that, I have done $1 million partnerships with largest tech giants, top 20 in the globe. And I have taught this information to cultural icons, business moguls, top 1% visionaries, CEOs in the boardrooms. And now I want to share this information with you because I know you're looking for beyond. You do not want good or great. You want beyond. You want delusional. And this is what's going to help you create that in your life. So just before we go to the first step of smashing your income ceiling to your first or next million, I really want to share with you a powerful piece of information. And when I heard this for the very first time, I thought like this is the most important thing that I will ever learn, that I will ever find out. And my first question was, why are we not taught this in schools? Why this is not the first thing we are taught as humans? This is the key to your empire. This is the key to unlock your kingdom. And this is the key to unleash the power of this grandest, more marvelous, miraculous thing, the inconceivable resource that you have been given, your marvelous mind. So I want to first present you the key before I teach you how to unlock it. Every human being, no matter what they are, where they're from, are coded and they are subconsciously reaching towards a target. If you think of the rocket, right? When the NASA releases a rocket, it decided programs a destination. So let's say the rocket is aiming at the moon, right? Even if the rocket gets a bit redirected, goes more towards the right or left, it has its self-correcting mechanism, which brings it back towards the target. And it is programmed to shoot at the target. And that's where it's eventually going to land. The same thing applies to you. At any given point in time, you are subconsciously programmed to shoot at a target. But the only problem that we have is we are not taught how to choose the target, how to select the target. And then what we do is we put in a lot of conscious effort. We try to discipline ourselves. We try to use guilt, shame, anxiety, and really put a lot of pressure on us to make sure we are shooting at our targets, while the system that you have been given, which is your internal operating system, in psychology, neuroscience, they also call it success mechanism, is meant to help you do that. You do not have to put a lot of focus and effort and pressure on your conscious mind to take you there. In fact, you are subconsciously, you have that power that it's inevitable once we set the target for you. And what I'm sharing with you today is the step-by-step framework that I have helped thousands of people in different capacities set their income target. And for this point to really land for you, I would love to share an example of a salesperson. Let's think of a salesperson who normally does 1 million a year in revenue. Every year they do 1 million. So once what happens, they go to a seminar and they go to some events and they get really motivated and excited and they say, you know what, I'm going to break my record. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do 2 million this year. And they really get pumped up. They start to take action. And within a week, they do $250,000, so 250K, right? Now, the invisible operating system, the success mechanism, realizes that there is a deviation from what their code is, what they're coded to do. And what it does is he starts to procrastinate. That salesperson now is thinking, okay, I need some time off, or maybe something in their life, or maybe they start to get sick. There will be different situations that they will attract in their life to make sure that they go back to their initial set point. So if you do not change your coding to what you want to achieve, what will happen is you will either have internal resistance or you will attract something in your life that will stop you from reaching that. And the reason is because you're deviating your coding, which is meant to control you 98% of the time. And when I found this information, I thought everybody should know this. Like, we do have the key to constantly recode ourselves. And that's when we become irreplaceable, because a lot of people talk about AI replacing us, or a lot of people talk about, oh, these skills will not be there anymore because artificial intelligence or robots will do it, or TP will do it. But one thing that nobody can take from us and which makes us so irreplaceable is you can recode yourself anytime. And when you have that, you can reprogram yourself to go for any vision you want, no matter how big that is, because your success mechanism, which is your subconscious mind, your nervous system, and your body, have the power to shoot at anything. And if they do not have the information that you want, it can attract from the universal intelligence. So a lot of times people found when they started working on this, that they would have dreams where any missing information would be communicated to them, or they would attract something in their life, or they would bump into somebody. So no matter what, you have got this success mechanism which can shoot at anything. Now, a lot of people ask this question, that if that is the case, then what about people who are drug addicts? Why are they addicted to drugs? What about homeless people? Why are they not using it? They are also using it. And this is the shocking part. They are using it. The only problem is they are now shooting at the goal that is not what would be ideal for them, right? So their code or their goal to shoot at is being addicted to drugs or being homeless. If once we change the goal, your inner GPS of your success mechanism changes, and subconsciously, and this is the most beautiful thing, you do not have to worry, you do not have to discipline yourself, you do not have to constantly criticize yourself, because all these things cause depression, anxiety, worry, and therefore these things are so common now because we are trying to bypass that success mechanism that is unbelievably, unconceivably powerful. So we are going to tap into our success mechanism. And if you do not change the code of what it's set at, and you try to just bypass it and do it yourself, the kind of things that you'll experience is either you will start going towards the thing and then you will start to procrastinate. You will have this fear. You will just start to feel sick. Literally, a lot of my clients, when they start, they tell me this, that I'm for it. And then all of a sudden I got sick and I couldn't get out of bed. Or you will attract drama in your life. That means something will happen to somebody, or somebody will say you something that will detract you. Or it could be that your car breaks down, or even if you attract more money, you will spend like you stole it, right? A lot of people talk about this like having a hole in your pocket, that the money just leaves, the extra things that leaves. One of my one-to-one client, when he came to me, he shared this with me, that he became a millionaire and he had 1 million cash in his bank account, and he spent it like he stole it. And he spent it all. And he said, I literally felt that this is illegal. I cannot keep this money. It was wrong. And the money just left. So all these things will happen if you do not change your energetic set point, because you're going beyond your capacity. So before waiting any further, I want to share with you the framework that you can use today, involving your subconscious, your body, and your nervous system, to change your energetic set point really, really fast. So the first thing that you really want to do is you want to say which energetic set point are you changing. So there are codes for how much joy you receive, how much money you receive, how much money you keep, how much money you save, how much money you invest, how much money you spend, how long the money stays, how are your relationships, how is your personal relationship. There is a code for everything. So first thing we want to be very clear on is what code are we changing and what do we want the code to look like, right? Now, when you do that, you cannot change anything until you know what it is. So the first step is to uncover your code. And this is what we do in my program. I call it identity diagnosis method. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the tools, few of the tools that we do in the identity diagnosis method. And of course, if you want to immerse yourself in this and really experience it on steroids, all my programs offer this: Bottomless Bank Account, Wealth Fountain, The Millionaire CEO, all of them. So the first thing we do is we say, what is my code? you start writing what you think and what are your beliefs and what are your thoughts and what are your feelings. So this is one of the tools that we use. The other tool that we use is writing a love letter to that thing. So in this example, I'm going to take the example of income. Let's say you want to change your income, right? So you will write, what do I think and feel about money? What are my thoughts? What are my subconscious thoughts? What do I feel? Attracting money is hard. I have to work really hard. If I attract more money, I will have to do something wrong. It will lead to burnout. I won't have the right relationships because I will start ignoring people and then I lose my relationship. Maybe you have certain kind of fear that something will go wrong. All the things that you think about money and your capability, maybe I'm not good enough, I haven't got what it takes in order to get to the next level. There is some kind of belief that you have. Everything and anything that you think, sit with yourself and write all of those down and the feelings that you have. And also, when you write the love letter to money, so that is the other tool that we use in my programs, we do not write a love letter. It's not really a love letter. It is a letter where you really go on a rant, you really share how you feel unfiltered. Because what we do not want is that you just keep holding those things, carrying those things, and then your energetic set point never changes. We are peeling the onion layers. And what you're doing is you're writing, what are you actually thinking about money? So when you were little, as far as you can remember, how was money? Maybe you wanted those new pair of shoes and your parents couldn't afford it. And then in your school, you were always made to feel that you are not good enough or you don't belong, or maybe there were so many rich kids around you and you felt bullied, or maybe they did not think that you belong in those groups. All those things, that experiences, you keep writing and writing. And when you write that letter where you are saying, dear money, this is how I feel about you, and you're really unfiltered and raw and saying everything, pouring your heart out, all the negatives, everything, all the positives, everything, literally everything. This is the greatest awareness. You will be shocked how much was there. You will be shocked how many things you did not know and you were carrying. So right from as far as you can remember as a child. So this is the first step, and there are so many other tools that we use for diagnosis. We are at the diagnosis stage because if you cannot diagnose anything, you cannot change it. So we need to diagnose it at a deeper level. I also do a meditation where we connect with your body and we diagnose directly from the body. It is also in my programs. I will post the link underneath as well if you want to check it out. It is also available on YouTube, on other channels. I've made this available for you guys. So this is also another tool that we use in identity diagnosis. And there are so much more, but these tools will give you a good head start to how to uncover your current code, your current set point, and really peel the layers off. I remember when one of my clients did this meditation, which I'm talking about, he, at that time, he was a multi-millionaire, and he saw himself being really scared about a lot of money. And he saw that little child version of himself in the meditation, feeling really scared. And then he faced the fear and he really released it from his body. And from that point onwards, he is now working on a $1 billion project, $1 billion crypto project. And it's just, sky is not even a limit when you start to really release the money or any other energetic blockages from your body. So that brings us to the second point, the somatic work, the body work. And again, this is a lot we do in all my programs, but what we really want to do here to give you a really good head start is all the things that you uncover at the first step, at the diagnosis method, when you say them or when you repeat them and when you read them, they will have a sensation in the body. And the reason they will have a sensation is because any idea, any paradigm, any belief that you start from your conscious, it goes to your subconscious where there is a feeling mind, there's an emotional mind. And if you accept it and if you feel it, it becomes your identity, and your identity is in your body. That means now it's gone from conscious to subconscious to unconscious. And when you were a child, your conscious mind wasn't developed until the age of 7. So everything went direct to your subconscious. So even the feelings that your caregivers felt about money running out, the fights, I remember one of my clients sharing this with me, that they used to write the budget on the board, on the blackboard with the chalk, and they could feel the fear. As a child, he could see how scary it was to read that how much money is left, And all those things went right into his subconscious, and then they were transferred to the body. So anything that you feel over a period of time that stays with you doesn't just stay in the subconscious, it becomes a part of your cellular network. It becomes a part of who you are, your identity. It's you now. So that is residing in your body. And if you think of your nervous system with infinite capacity to receive, right? But now, because of all these things added, the capacity has gone this much, and you cannot hold more without spilling, right? It's like having a hole in your pocket. So what we are now doing is we are dissolving and dissipating all those things so that your capacity goes up and up. So in this step where we are doing the body work, where we are releasing, you are literally physically increasing the capacity of your nervous system, of your neurons, to hold more. So if you can think of your neurons like a wire, the wire is going up, the capacity is increasing, and all the things that were blocking it, that were just there to really make it narrow, are dissolving in the nerves. So in order to do that, what you do is when you read what is written in about money, you start to really connect with your body, and you drop from your head, your mind, to your body. That means now you're not saying, why do I feel this way? I need to switch the thought. Oh, I need to create a different affirmation. This is all mindset. You're not even talking to the body. And if you just do the mindset work, which most coaches teach you, that's why you keep coming back to the same pattern. That's why it doesn't move the needle for you, because you haven't released from where it actually is. You are releasing the passage. It's not in that passage anymore. Yes, it came from the conscious, subconscious, and body, but we want to go where it is. And of course, in order to understand, we consult our mind and subconscious, but we go right where the income ceiling is. When you say that thing, where does it feel in your body? Does it feel in your heart? Does it feel in your throat? Does it feel in maybe in your belly? Does it feel in your shoulders? When I was doing this work in the beginning, I remember there was this thought about not feeling heard and understood, and really feeling constrained. I could feel that somebody's pulling my neck back and trying to literally strangle me, right? And when you really are present with your body, you realize that there are so many feelings there, and they are stored in the body, they're stuck in the body. They are literally physical blocks in your body. If I take a scan from an energetic perspective, I could see so many blocks. So what we are doing is we are using that as a way, as a key, all the things that you have written, to go to those places. And when you feel it, so let's take one example. Let's take the example that you are thinking, I am not good with money. Maybe you have this belief. When you feel it in your body, you'll feel it somewhere. Maybe you feel it in your throat. Maybe you feel it in your chest. What you want to do is you want to be really present. You don't want to go back in your mind. You want to focus on the sensation, and you want to increase the sensation by 10. Okay, that means really allow the sensation to come, really allow it to be fully there so that you can release it. Otherwise, you are again suppressing it. We're so good at suppressing what's in the body, we do not even consult with the body. We just ignore. And body has so much wisdom. And then you start the breath work. You start taking deep breath from your nose, and you send the breath there, and you release, and you keep doing that. You keep doing that until there is no sensation left. Sometimes what happens is there might be another sensation emerge somewhere else. That means there was some related block there. You do the same thing there and do it until the sensation is gone. One of my clients, when I was doing this work with her in one of the sessions, she said to me, this is genius. She said, I have been navigating this for the last 10 years in my life, and just in 10 minutes, I could release it and I don't feel anything. It's gone. She said, this is unbelievably genius. So you are getting the key to release anything that doesn't belong to you, that was never yours, and releasing it permanently. If you just do it at the mind level, it's still in the body. And before your mind actually takes action, or your mind tells you what to do, your body intervenes and cancels. That's why when you wake up in the morning, you do not think, shall I brush my teeth today? Shall I wake up and go to the toilet today? You just do it. Your body goes in action. So your body is the unconscious mind, which is storing the unconscious patterns, and it doesn't even consult with the mind if there is no thinking involved, if the pattern is already unconscious, and it just acts. So you really want to intercept at the body level, right? So this is our second step. The first step was to uncover what it is. The second step was to release and intercept at the body level. The third step is, what is the new identity we'd love to have? Now, in this part, we have a thing called a bullshit detector system in our body. Now, let's say that you are saying, I am great with money, or I am a money magnet. If you ask yourself, is that true? If you have just released the thing, I'm horrible with money, I'm not good with money, your body might say that's not true. Although that's gone, but just this idea, I am a walking, talking money magnet, may not fully land. For some people, it does. They are very open. But one good news is the more you do it this work and the more your body and mind starts trusting you that whatever you give it, you actually become and it works and your results change, it will take delusionally crazy identities, right? But check in with your body's detector system, bullshit detector system, and see what lands, what feels better. So there could be different variations. You can say, I am great with money. Other thing you can say is, I'm delusionally out of this world class money magnet. I attract money so well, right? Or you can say, I am fairly good with money. Or if it doesn't pass through, you can say, I am getting better with money every single day. This will probably pass because you're saying you're getting better every single day. And then as you start to get in alignment with that, you can increase the volume, increase the dial, right? What I call this is a thermostat. This is your income thermostat. If you look at the heating systems in the house, right? If you have a heating system and you set the temperature to 20, to 20 degrees centigrade, if you have Fahrenheit, you can convert, or you can just take this example as it is. And somebody opens the door and it's really cold and it's winter and the cold air is coming in. Then the moment that the detector, the thermostat realizes that the temperature is going down, there's a deviation, it's going to increase the heating on to bring it back to where you set it. This is how your energetic set point works. If there is a lot of deviation, it rejects it, right? As we have released the energetic set point, which wasn't serving you, and we're putting the new one, now you're at a very neutral state. But for some people, they are very logical. I want to see 2 plus 2 equal 4. And until I see that, I need the matter of fact, right? So that's when I advise that you can say, I'm getting better with money. But people who are like, yes, I love to dream. I love that. I will take it on, this identity. Taking on an identity is like trying a new outfit, right? There's no harm in trying. You can always take it off. If you don't like it, you have the key to the kingdom. So see what lands for you. Now, when you are choosing that, it is really important to be clear what it is, because we are not choosing an affirmation. And I really want to reiterate this point. The problem with affirmation is that it's an idea at a very high level, at a very conscious level. So when you're saying, I'm a money magnet, what does it mean? What do you mean by that? What does it look like? Your mind thinks in pictures. So when you're saying, I'm a money magnet, what are you giving it to think about, right? There's nothing to think. I am so confident. Okay, but what does it mean? What do you mean? There's nothing, there's no picture coming up for me, right? It's a very superficial idea. It's a very high level idea. I don't want to say superficial. It's a very high level idea. I would say, what does it look like? So now when you're saying, I'm a walking, talking money magnet, you can write, or if you're saying, I'm getting better with money every day, whatever you choose, whatever your bullshit detector system accepts, you want to write it out like a picture. So what does it mean? That I get paid so effortlessly. I wake up to payment notifications. My work is spreading like wildfire. People are loving it. People are having huge transformations. I am so good at what I do. My work is very valuable. People love paying me. You see like how you can say that I've created, if you would love more freedom and the way money comes, you can even really write how the money comes. Does the money come when you sell online, when you sell offline? Does the money come because your funnels or your systems sell it? You can really write that in your identity, and you do not have to worry about the how. When you set the right code for your success mechanism, it will make everything happen. You do not need to know the how at all. Leave it to it. Trust yourself. You have got inconceivable power. You have got crazy power sitting within you right now, your marvelous mind. So it will unleash and unlock everything. You want to just set the experience. What does it exactly look like, so that your mind has the clear and precise location? If I sit in the car and I say, I want to go to London, Where in London? Oh, North London. Oh, okay. Where in North London? I want to go northwest. Where in northwest? Right? You see what I'm saying? Oh, I want to go to this postcode, or I want to go to this zip code or this address. Oh, that's where you're going. Let's go. Right? So you want to give it clarity, so much clarity. What does it look like? What is the experience? How does it feel? What kind of things you have? What kind of products or service you have? And you do not have to know the how. You want to know what it feels and what it is looks like. Okay, how it's going to happen, what will happen, no. But the more clarity you give in terms of the destination, the faster you'll get. So the clarity equals speed. Okay, this is really important. So when you are clear on the new code, now we are going to come to the embodiment. How do we embody this new identity? And that's where you are firing and wiring the new neurons. You are now solidifying a new identity because you became a clear, a fertile space to plant a new identity and grow it, because you release the old, you dissolve the old identity. Now you're clear to grow a new one. So for instance, if we take the same example again of money, and you are now saying that I experience money and payment notifications when I wake up, right? Then in order to really symbolize and solidify this feeling, can you use something? So maybe next to your bed, you can put something like money saying to you hello, or a dollar note, right? Or you can write something out. Money, I experience money. Or you can maybe have a perfume that you smell, which has this feeling. Or maybe that you have a bracelet or a watch that you wear that signifies. So the idea behind the embodiment, and I called it the 100x visualization method, is that you want to use your external reality to activate the feeling of what you're solidifying within, right? So you do not want to just rely on your internal conscious thoughts. You also want to use everything in the external, because that's such a powerful thing to do. And it's always available to you to symbolize and activate the feeling, right? So let's say that when you wake up and you have connected now the smell of that perfume to that experience. So if you think about that perfume, if you put that perfume and think about that experience, and then you put that perfume and think about the experience, or if you smell that perfume and think about that experience, a point will come when you will build a neural connection, when every time you think about that thing, the feeling gets activated and the neurons connect. So now, by default, you will have this situation that whenever you use that perfume, it will remind you of that thought. So you wouldn't need yourself to remind you, but everything outside of you can remind you. I did this very beautifully with when I wanted to buy this house, right? And when I wanted to have that, I used a song. And every time I would play that song, I was imagine living in this house, right? And then a point comes after a few times that every time I would play that song, it will automatically bring the whole experience again, and I would live there. And the more I would put that song, the more it would do that. So I did not even have to do that. And a point comes where that experience becomes your future memory. And there is no such thing as present, past, or future, because everything is happening right now. There is nothing happening in the future. It's all how we are seeing things linearly. So actually what you're doing is you're rewiring your mind to align with what you are calling in your reality. So by making this as a future memory, you are now rewiring yourself to live in that reality, and it becomes your new normal. It changes your vibration, it changes your frequency. So this is really powerful. The other thing, what I can also suggest you do is you create your playlist with all the visions of the life that you are desiring to live. So let's say the life that you want to live has a certain kind of house and a certain kind of car, and your abilities and who you are as a person, and what is your experience with money, and what is your experience with your loved ones, and how your life looks like, and what are the things you do. So now you can connect different songs to different, it's like a different aspect of that life. So when you play your playlist, you're actually living that life fully, and you love your playlist, so you play it and you live it and you keep doing that. So these things activate. You can use your watch, you can use your bracelet, you can use a song, you can use something you write, you can use a certain kind of clothes, maybe you start to walk differently. So there are really, really, really powerful things that you can do to activate that experience and bring it in the physical, and then connect everything outside of you to keep bringing that vibration over and over again, to the point that you have no choice but to operate on that frequency, because everything is solidifying and reminding that. So this is what we do in the 100x visualization. I do it with my clients. We do it in we use a lot of tools to really successfully do that. We create a lot of neural pathways and neural connections. And that's where the reality that you want to visualize, your brain gets 100% rewired to that. It becomes normal. And even when it comes, you think, oh, that's normal. That was my energetic capacity. That I see it. Of course, that happened. So it feels so natural, so normal. And when something starts to feel really natural and normal, you are energetic match for that. It's coming in your reality. So the sign is, if it doesn't feel like, oh my God, that is so exciting, it feels like, of course. Because if you think of the things you have in your life right now, your house, your car, whatever you're experiencing, your business, if I talk about them, you don't say, oh, this is so exciting. You're just saying, yeah, of course, I have that house. Yeah. No, I'm really grateful, but yeah, of course I have it. So it's normal, right? So you want to normalize the thing that you're calling in so that your brain gets rewired and you attract them really, really fast. Now, I would put the link for the meditation where you really go deep in your body and also diagnose, because your body is holding a lot of wisdom. And sometimes just relying on the mind is sometimes just relying on the mind is the blind spot itself. And the other thing, what I would love to share with you is, I take you through this process in my masterclass, step by step by step. I do it with you. So if you're interested to do it with me, the whole process, what I shared with you, how to reprogram your money identity, which is not just the mind, but body, nervous system, then I will also share the link underneath. It's absolutely free. It's a divine intervention to your income ceiling, to increasing your capacity. If you haven't done it yet, if you haven't experienced it yet, what are you even doing? This is so powerful. So I'm so excited for you to experience that. The link is in the description as well for the meditation, and also for the masterclass, Income Reset Masterclass. That's what I call it. And I'll see you soon.